um, okay, so I'm back from Chicago. Amazing trip, so good. Depressed that I'm back to my normal life. That sucks. Not a fan. Anyway, um, if I could review my 17 concert, I would say that if I never see any K-pop group that I like for the rest of my life and I can only see 17, I would be willing to risk that. It was probably the best thing I've ever done. And if I ever get a chance to see them again, you know that I'm gonna do it because I've waited so long for it and it was so good. And literally everything about my trip, no matter how many bad trials there was, everything worked out pretty well. Um, but then again, I'm the kind of person who's like, oh, everything's falling apart. That's fine. That's cool. Like, I deserve it. But like, let me talk about this Ticketmaster situation. So, in an earlier clip, I'm pretty sure I recorded telling you about how all my tickets got stolen and everything. Um, in that clip, things got really crazy at the concert. Let me tell you what. So, I didn't really take a lot of like clips of me just like hanging out. So, a lot of this video is probably me doing like voiceovers or inserting pictures or whatever. But I wanted to like clearly explain this situation just because it was so surreal and like absolutely bonkers that it even happened. So, okay. Um, so I met the people who bought my stolen tickets, which sounds crazy, but I did. And I'm smiling because I still can't process that happened. And they almost ruined my entire experience, but I wasn't about to let them. Not when that guy exists right there. Right there. Anyway, um, so me and Danny are sitting there. We're in our spots. We're having a really great time. We're like, just chilling. They're playing 17 music videos. We're like yelling the lyrics. We're having fun. We're being anxious about seeing them. And like the thing about it is that all of the people I was hanging out with at the show and like before the show and everything, I wouldn't know who they were if it wasn't for 17. Like I would not have met them, and that's so sad. That's so depressing. Oh my god. Thank you so much, 17. Um, as they would say, 고맙다, 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 고이지마. Anyway, I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, so we're sitting there at the concert, we're having a good time, and it's literally like 10 minutes before the show's supposed to start. It's like 7:20, like 1 or 2, I don't know. That's just me guessing, but it's like right before the show was supposed to start. And this lady comes up to me while I'm talking to the guy who's sitting on the other side of me. And I was just explaining, like I was just about to explain to him about like how my tickets were stolen and how it was like a hard time for me to be there. This lady comes up to me and she goes, "Hi, you're in my seats." And I was like, "No, these are my seats, like section 110, row 5, seats 2 and 3. And she goes, "No, those are my seats." And I was like, "Pardon?" Um, so I was like, "No, like I bought these tickets pre-sale back in October. I spent like $400 to be here. Like these are my seats." And she's like, "That's impossible because these are my seats." And so then I was like, "Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second." So she goes and grabs security. And it's like, it's her and her daughter. And I'm like, oh my god, wait a second. So I finish explaining to the guy because he's like so confused because she brought him into it too. She's like, "That girl's in my seats." That's how this all came to be. And he's like, "What is going on?" And Danny's like, "What is going on?" I was like, "These people have my tickets that were stolen from me yesterday." And everyone's like, and I'm like, so, she comes back with the security guard. I'm playing with an eraser because when I'm anxious, I just play with things anyway. She comes back with a security officer and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna take you guys to the main box office." And I was like, "Okay, well, you better make it fast because this show starts in like a few minutes and I'm not missing it." And so this lady is like mad at me And I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? Because these are definitely my tickets. Definitely didn't try to give them to anybody. Definitely didn't try to sell them. Like, I don't even know how this whole situation came to be. Like, I literally am flabbergasted. Like, I'm still in shock. Like, the concert was, it's 2 days ago. Anyway, so she comes back and, well, no, she doesn't come back. We're walking to the office and I'm like walking by the security guard, and this lady and her daughter are walking behind me, and I'm showing the security guard like all my screenshots, like my Ticketmaster, like I screenshotted like all my calls with Ticketmaster. I screenshotted all the emails. I screenshotted my like Ticketmaster app, like my account, like everything. Like I had everything screenshotted, ready to go, because I was not messing around on Saturday when this all went down. And so like she's like, I don't know, like this is like the main like box office of like most of the Ticketmaster things that happen in Chicago. And so she's like, you'll be able to like talk to them there. And I was like, okay, well, I was on the phone with them for over 5 hours yesterday, like on and off, so I think I know that I didn't try to give my tickets to somebody. And like I've thought about it. I was like, is there any possible way that I could have like accidentally transferred it to somebody? But like I remember I was going to transfer Danny's ticket to her. I was going to, like a couple months ago, I was going to transfer them to her, and then I was like really confused because I'm not smart. I was like, it was like a long process of how to like transfer it to somebody. And so I remember I was going to transfer it to her, and I was like, I don't want to go through this. And then the other day, on like literally on Sunday that morning, I was like, should I transfer the ticket to you? And she's like, I mean, usually I just like have both of the tickets for me and the other person on my phone, so it's just easier. I was like, you know, like normally mine are printed out, so I've never like, I was just like really anxious because this was after the fact of me getting the tickets back. So I was like, oh, maybe I should transfer them to Danny. And so then I was starting to do it, and I was like, this is a lot of work, I don't want to do it. And she was like, we should be fine because like you talked to Ticketmaster yesterday. I was like, you're right, I did talk to Ticketmaster yesterday. Ticketmaster, I can't talk. Anyways, so we get to the office, and the girl at the desk is like really nice. She's like, hi, like, what's up? I was like, listen, I was on the phone with Ticketmaster for like 5 hours yesterday because I got an alert saying that my tickets were successfully transferred to somebody, but the thing was is that I didn't transfer them to anybody. I wasn't trying to transfer them. I wasn't trying to sell them. If I wanted to not be at the show, I wouldn't be here right now. So I have everything figured out. I had a fraud like investigation on my account. I literally waited all day. I was crying all day trying to figure everything out. So there was literally no reason that I would have tried to give my tickets to somebody. And so then the girl was like, yeah, well, I bought these tickets on StubHub like last night. And I was like, that's funny because I didn't try to sell my tickets. And she's like, well, like, it says that my tickets were transferred from Nicole Evans. And I was like, yeah, that's my name. My name is Nicole Evans. But the thing is that I didn't transfer them to you, you know? And I was trying to be like, I was trying to be nice, but like, I'm like, cause I'm not a mean person. I don't get very angry very often. And so I was trying to be nice because, like, I know it wasn't her fault that she bought, like, stolen tickets. But at the same time, like, her mom was freaking out at me the entire time, making it seem like it was my fault. And, like, she was complaining about me in Spanish. But guess what? I know enough Spanish to know when somebody's calling me a dumb bitch, okay? Like, I know enough Spanish to understand that concept. And not to mention, but Danny also knows Spanish. Like, she got a college degree in it, so I would think that she would know if they were complaining about me. But we'll get into that. They also didn't let Danny come with me. Oh, hello. That was my lighting. Was my computer screen? There we go. So I'm like explaining it to the Ticketmaster girl. Like I have all my screenshots. I'm showing her everything, and I'm like, listen, like I would not give these tickets to anybody. Like, that is not on my agenda. I did not pay $400 for my tickets and also spend almost $300 on plane tickets to come here. That's out of the question. So I don't know why I have to sit here and explain it again, but I didn't transfer any tickets or sell any tickets to anybody. And the girl's like, yeah, but it said that I paid money to Nicole Evans for these. And I was like, okay. So I pull up my bank account and I'm like, look at this. It's the same exact number it was yesterday. Isn't that crazy? Well, I mean, like, besides me, like, paying for food and shit, but, like, it's funny because I didn't receive any money from you. I, like, pulled up my bank statements. I'm like, what's your name? It's not here. So you can, like, I'll pull up Venmo, I'll pull up PayPal, your name's not there. I didn't get any money from anybody. And so, like, the main guy is like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to review your account and see if, like, what you're saying is true. And I was like, okay, well, you can look at the fraud investigation because I didn't try to sell my tickets to anybody, and I want to go back into the venue because the concert starts in 3 minutes. And so I'm sitting there, and this mom is, like, yelling at her daughter, and I felt really bad because it's like, they're in this situation, and, like, it's not my fault. Like, it's not my fault that somebody stole my tickets and then sold them to you guys. Like, I didn't plan for that, you know? Like, I'm not trying to ruin somebody's day. Like, you want to see 17 too. That's why I'm here. But also, I didn't sell you any tickets, so, like, I don't know what you want. And so the lady's like, oh, like, so you, like, did you buy them from, like, a third-party seller? And the girl's like, yeah, I bought them on StubHub. And she goes, oh, well, like, the thing is that, like, StubHub, you can't always tell if the tickets are, like, verified purchases or not. So, like, that's kind of, like, out of our control. And the girl's like, yeah, but I, like, paid money for them. And she's like, I know, but, like, it doesn't, like, we're not really completely connected to StubHub, so we can't, like, verify the purchases of the tickets. Like, that's where a lot of, like, ticket scams come from. And so I'm sitting there and I'm, like, just, like, frustrated because I'm like, I'm in this situation. I'm gonna miss the beginning of this concert. I've gone through so much in the last, like, 24 hours just to be here. And, like, I didn't think they were gonna, like, kick me out of the concert or anything, but, like, I was just, like, frustrated because Ticketmaster told me that everything was figured out. Like, they told me if somebody tried to use the tickets, then they wouldn't work because they were my tickets. So, like, I got in fine. Danny got in fine. Our tickets scanned. It did, like, the green check mark, and we were let in. But the thing is that this lady and her daughter, their tickets were not fine. They showed up, like, red, like, unavailable, but they still got let in. Like, the people at the gates were just like, oh yeah, you guys can just go in. And I was like, pardon? Because that doesn't make like, that doesn't make any sense to me, because it literally, like, would say, like, I went up to the security guards when I was we'll get back to that in a second. I, like, asked somebody, I was like, if we'll get into it. So the guy comes back out and he goes, yeah, it says that your account, like, transferred the tickets to her. And I was like, yes, but there was a fraud report because I didn't do that. And he goes, okay, let me go check one more time. I was like, I swear to God, this concert literally starts in 2 minutes. And so I started to cry because I was frustrated because it felt like he was telling me that I was lying, and I knew that I wasn't because I didn't transfer my tickets to anybody. And I felt bad for this girl and her mom, even though they were being really rude to me and it wasn't my fault. I just felt frustrated, so I started crying because that's what I do. I'm a big baby, and that's fine. And so I'm crying, and then the Ticketmaster girl's like, oh my God, like, don't cry, sweetheart, like, it's fine. I was like, I know, but, like, I've been waiting 4 years to see them in concert, and, like, I just don't want to, like, crying and just, like, telling how frustrated and upset I was. And so then the guy comes back out, and he's like, you know what, like, I looked at the report, like, you're fine, you can go back to your seat. And then he was like, you two need to come with me. And so they went into his office, and I'm like, thank you so much. And so I start crying, and I'm going back to my seat. And I stopped by, like, the ticket girls, and I was like, do you have to scan my ticket back in? And they're like, yes. And so when they scanned my ticket back in, it popped up as red. And they were like, it says your ticket was already scanned. And I was like, yes, because I just had to go in the office because somebody was using my tickets to get in, even though I already got in. And they were like, what? And I was like, somebody still let them in, even though the tickets weren't working for them because I already went in. They were like, okay, like, we saw you earlier, so, like, we'll let you in. I was like, thank you. So I hustle back to my seat. I get there literally, like, only a couple moments before this concert starts, and Danny and like the guy and like these like girls around us are all like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm so mad. I'm literally so mad. I'm just like frustrated that like all this even happened, because I put all my trust into Ticketmaster that something like this wouldn't happen. Like, I remember I was on the phone, I literally asked, I was like, is there a possibility that they're gonna get in and like try to get my seats? And they were like, no, they won't let them in if their tickets don't work. And there I was, literally face to face with the people who bought my stolen tickets, and I was like, what the living hell is going on? And so overall I was just like frustrated. And then like right before the concert's about to start, the lady and her daughter come back, and they're sitting directly behind us the entire show, which is like fine. It's really nice that they let them stay for the concert, but the only bad thing about that was that the lady and her daughter the entire concert were sitting there talking shit about me the entire show. And so I was like, okay, that's really great, because like out of the kindness of the people's heart in the office, it was against the rules to like let you stay, and they still let you stay in almost the same exact seats that you thought you were going to be at, and you are going to be ungrateful and blame it all on me and try to make me feel like crap about it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, joke's on you, because I had a really great time regardless. I saw 17 and I had a great ass time. So like, hope they had a good time too. If they didn't, that's on them for letting their emotions get the best of them. But it's like, damn, like no. Hello? Anyways, that's pretty much it for that. I just know that I had posted about it. I posted a thread on like my K-pop Twitter. I posted like this long thread explaining it. And then I posted just some like vague Snapchats about it to like update like my friends who were updated about the whole situation in the first place, and everyone's like, you need to explain this like further. And I was like, okay. So that's me explaining it. Yeah, so hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Go off. You don't have to give it a thumbs up. It was a shitty vlog. I'm not a good vlogger, but that's because I like to live in the moment. Not really. It's just because I forget I'm vlogging and I get too excited to take my phone out. But, yeah. That's pretty much it. If 17 ever does another tour or comes for like KCON or something, I'm gonna really do my absolute best to be there, because I've not been so happy in my life, and now I'm back to being depressed and miserable. So here's me doing a little heart. Here's me doing the other half of the heart. Here's me connecting the heart. Here's me putting the heart on. Love you. Okay, I'm gonna leave.